The phrase, "it was over before it even started," usually it's used when something is pretty much doomed from the beginning, but I think there's a group of people who embody this phrase better than anyone else. The kids who peaked in middle school. Because peaking in high school is already bad enough, but imagine reaching the absolute height of your social status at 13 years old. This is
that's crazy, bro.
Before you could drive. This is before you had a job. This is before you even knew who you were. You were already living.
What are you even doing?
In your glory days. And I think we all knew one kid that was like this.
Wait, what is that? What was happening in that? Well, how is the sun coming up from here, but it's not down here?
Kid that was like this. So in this video, we're gonna be shining some light on the kids.
And what is it? This is terrible editing, bro.
Who peaked in middle school. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. My goal is 200,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so I think it's pretty widely agreed that most people reach a peak at some point in their life. Like, not that many people are living in their prime forever. It's just a rare occurrence. So it's really not a matter
unless you're KSI.
Of if, it's more of a matter of when. And I think for most people, the best time to reach maximum life quality would be from age 30 to age 60. Hopefully, if you
wouldn't it be like 20 to 35?
Made a series of good decisions, or really a lack of horrible decisions, you can, you know, maybe start a family, buy a house,
I mean, I guess, yeah, you could, like, have a family.
Words of your personal
20
growth.
to 35 is, like, peak physical condition, though. And you're an adult, so you can do, like, everything.
And development.
What's up, Louis Bajold 7903?
And then live happily ever after or whatever. But for some people, they don't get to enjoy their prime from age 30 to 60. Their prime happens from age 10 to 15. This does not get talked about enough. There are kids who reminisce on middle school because it is the last time they feel like their life had any purpose. All right, so I think we should begin by talking about...
I mean, every stage of your life is better in a different way, and it's worse in a different way. What
peaking in middle school actually looks like. Then we'll talk about why it happens and how to prevent it if you're in middle school, I guess. Alright, so for guys, it's usually the kid who developed really early. You know, he hit puberty faster than everybody else, and he had the perfect skill set for being cool at 13.
Because otherwise you're not gonna remember.
He was already
I don't remember most of what happened in middle school.
5'10", while everybody else was 5'4", and because of this, he started on the basketball team or like the football team. Usually, this guy also had parents that gave him gifts that made him cool at school. Like for Christmas, he gets a gold chain. Under the Christmas tree, he gets whatever clothing will make him look the coolest at school. He also goes to a barber and gets like a low taper fade multiple times a month. He was also what you...
Chat, it's still massive. It's still massive, but this guy just mentioned it casually.
Would consider to be the stereotypical popular kid. He had a diabolical Snapchat score. He was sending streaks to every girl
in
the grade and had an entourage.
You even do on Snapchat? I don't have it.
Dudes following him around. He's also constantly getting...
It's like social media, but it's like actually social media, kind of. Like, can't you post? You can post like videos on it, right?
Trouble at school, like starting shenanigans, and all the teachers knew him by name because of this. Ultimately, this dude peaked in middle school because the playing field was not leveled yet. Like, there's no referee to balance out the imbalances of the middle school social world. I think for girls, the stereotype...
You can't. There's no way you peak in middle school.
Is definitely way more about social status and looking older than everybody else. There were girls in my middle school who had multiple thousands of followers on Instagram at age 13, which is fucking insane. That should
When did I hit 1,000 on YouTube?
Be a thing. These girls would have high schoolers in their DMs hitting them up, and it's like, what's going on here, guys? What are we doing? She always had some relationship drama going on, and it somehow seemed like this girl was already 17 when everyone else looked like actual children. She was the girl that everybody knew, even if they weren't friends with her, and always had a giant
I don't know anyone that peaked in middle school, but this is what I would assume.
Group, she was like invited to everything. She basically controlled the social hierarchy of the grade. This girl called the shots. Like, if there was a birthday party happening and she wasn't going...
Dude, Cheats, how do you know people like this? This guy actually just like... Bro, he just knows everything. He knows all these people. He has like 5 friends that are like these actual stereotypes.
'If you went, it may have been a bad look. Another common denominator between the guys and the girls who peaked in middle school is nepotism. Like in my middle school, we had this kid who was very popular because his father was connected to like all these celebrities, and he would have pictures with these celebrities at age 13. And so he gets all this
That's
clout,
kind of cool.
and he gets to look cool off of something he never earned. You also get
Kid
to
actually, he knew a kid that was just like connected to celebrities. You're connected to someone who's connected to celebrities. Like, bro, you're not even
benefit financially from this. Usually, if you're the kind of parent who lets your kid benefit off your hard work to this extent, you're definitely spoiling him or her as well. There were girls walking
also,
around
what celebrity's gonna do that?
middle school with designer purses, and we know
If I
you
was a
didn't
celebrity, like, maybe I'd do that for like a kid's birthday, but I'm not just doing it, like taking a picture with some random guy's kid.
pay for that. I think another common denominator is getting rewarded really early for things that don't require you to develop much. Like the example with basketball, if you're a guy and you hit puberty early and so you're taller than everybody on the court, you didn't earn that, and eventually other people will hit puberty and they'll
It's
be
not bad. It's just you got lucky.
all caught up to you. Once the playing field is completely leveled, what matters is your own personal capabilities. Like at age 25, if you make your own money and you go to the gym, it's not like the guy from middle school who had his parents paying for everything is gonna have that much of an edge over you anymore. It's also not like the kid who hit puberty the fastest and hardest is gonna benefit from that forever. This is why I think being a loser in middle school
Yeah,
can
but if you can turn short-term gain into long-term gain. I don't know how with that, but there's probably a way.
kind of be a blessing in disguise. Like I don't want anyone to have
I
a
mean, maybe you can't with that, but in general, like stuff like that, like maybe you can.
miserable time in middle school or be bullied, but the stakes are non-existent.
Like if you're popular on YouTube for like 1 year, but then you immediately completely fall off and you'll never fall on again, you still made your money.
Like, if you're a 12 or 13-year-old, nobody expects you to have your life figured out, and so almost nothing you do during these 3 years of middle school follows you into adulthood. I
Yeah.
think more importantly, being awkward gives you a reason to change. Like, if you're insecure, bad at talking to people, terrible with girls, physically awkward, or you just don't really fit in anywhere, you become painfully aware of the things
What
you
are these clips he's showing?
need to improve. The people who have their shit figured out in middle school never improve. So having all these problems gives you
I don't
all
know about that. Sometimes they don't need to, and sometimes they do still improve.
these things that you know
You
learn.
have stuff in like everything for middle school figured out, but you're gonna discover new things you have to figure out like later years.
To work out eventually. Like you'll learn how to dress, become funnier, develop
But you won't be improving in middle school.
socially, and develop actual hobbies. It sucks when you're going through it for sure, but you know, it's that discomfort that can force you
Let me show you how I
Well, I don't know if I fully agree with all this. I mean, I don't know anyone who's actually peaked in middle school, but
I would so much rather have my character development start to happen in 7th grade than
maybe it happened with this guy. I mean,
realize at 25 that the best year of my life was the one where I still needed my mom to drive me to basketball
at 25 though, you still got more time. Like
practice. And honestly, if you look at the most successful
25 isn't even. You're not even done with half your life.
people in the world,
Hopefully, I mean.
I highly doubt most of them were dominating the middle school social hierarchy. Like, think about it. Nobody in 7th grade cares if you're obsessed with coding or business. Being really passionate about something at that age can make you
I mean,
look like more of a loser.
Business is kind of cool.
Sure.
Pressure.
Another big advantage to not being cool in middle school that I didn't appreciate at the time was that nobody was pressuring me to do anything. A lot of the kids at the top of the
Yeah.
social hierarchy were the first ones trying to desperately act older than they really were. Like they were the first kids drinking, you know, smoking weed, sneaking out, smashing, and getting into relationships that they were nowhere near mature enough for, and doing stupid shit because everybody around them was doing it. And obviously, that doesn't mean that every
And
popular
I saw some kid. I might have done this too. You know, in Red Dead Redemption, they do the thing with the knife where they spread out the hand, and then in between the fingers, they get the knife. There was a kid doing that with a pencil.
was making terrible decisions, but there was definitely this
And,
weird
like,
pressure.
I actually don't know why I just said that. I guess because the kid put a gun to his head, or the guy. That's not even the kid in that clip.
Where the
It just
cooler
made me think of that.
you were, the more you had to prove that you weren't some innocent little kid anymore. And that is definitely one of the biggest
In
traps
middle school, that's crazy.
about being cool that young. Like once you've built your identity around being a cool kid, you have something to maintain. Like suddenly you can't
There's
be
kids
the-
that do that in like elementary school. Like, bro, you immediately cooked. You're deep fried. Your life is ruined. You just chose to ruin your life.
guy who says no. You can't admit that you're scared to something. You have to be the person who drinks and hooks up if, you think you're pressured to do so. Your entire social position is built around getting approval from the people around you. So you end up making increasingly stupid decisions just to maintain a rep that expires when you hit 8th grade. And then you contrast that with like the nerd who's sitting at home learning how to code or like editing videos. Or maybe he's not being productive. Maybe he's playing video games or something. He might be building something without even realizing it. Sometimes being left out
If you're playing League, bro, stop.
of the dumb shit is
Playing League in middle school? Like, what are you doing? Like, bro, playing Path of Exile in, like, middle school? Like, well, you're cooked.
And you do not realize this until you're old enough to understand.
Some things, yeah, like, they can build skills and you don't realize it, but, like, I guess maybe, does League make you smarter?
You were being let out of. I'm really not sure what the age range of people who watch this channel is. Like, a part of me thinks it might be middle
Probably teenagers.
schoolers. A part of me might thinks it's people in college or high school.
Probably middle schoolers.
Because I talk about a lot of different things.
Middle schoolers or high schoolers?
Like, whenever I talk about the jobs market, I can't.
Nah, but not really, though. He kind of... Bro, I've seen channels like this. I don't know how to describe them, but, like, the Duck, Birdie, Cheats, what's the Stickman guy, Lone E. Like, they're all... I don't know what to call it, but, like...
Imagine there's some kid watching this like, yeah, okay, GDP, yeah, nodding my head. But if you happen to be watching this in 7th grade or 8th grade, just know that everything I'm saying is the fucking truth. But I want to make it clear that being involved in a social...
it's not really... You can't really prove this.
Even when you're young is important. Like, you should still try to make friends and be involved, even if you think that the popular kids are obnoxious and annoying.
I mean, yeah, you should be popular. Like, being popular is, like, has a negative connotation to it, which is just insane. Like, having friends is good. Just don't be like, I don't know, don't be like the jock in, I don't know, in, like, I don't know what to call it.